I'm Flora Pagan. I'm 79 years of age, and I've always lived in Govan. I was born and brought up here in the next street to the Lyceum. My earliest memories, the pictures with pals when I was working then with my boyfriend, who later became my husband. And at that time we used to have to queue up to get into the pictures. And the commissioner at the door was a Mr. Morris, big, tall, military-looking man, a moustache, and he kept everybody in order. And we used to have to queue up, and so many in, there's so many come out, sort of thing, you know. And I can remember standing in the queue with my boyfriend, and you bring his sweetie coupons for me to get some sweeties for sitting in the pictures. And later on, we went to the Lyceum quite a lot, but there was 4 picture halls in Govan, so we had a good choice there. And later on, and my son-in-law became a projectionist in the Lyceum just after he came out of school. I think it would be in his early days. Saying that, now he's 58 years of age and was very, very sad when he came to visit me and saw the state the Lyceum was in. And he actually wanted to see if he could get a tour through it before it was all closed down, but I don't think he managed that. But he has told me since it that he managed to get it up on the computer and saw quite a bit of it outside and inside. But he was really sad when he saw the state as it's in now. In fact, the Govanites are all sad at the state it's in because it's a lovely building and it should be kept for something.
My name is James McGee. I used to stay at the Govan Cross, Greenhouse Street, and we're talking about the Lyceum Picture Hall. Well, all that I remember is when I was young, my grandmother and my father took us to the Lyceum, and the doorman there was a Mr. Bryson, and my aunt Mary, she worked in the coist, collecting in the money, and we went along to the films Saturday afternoon, sometimes in the evening, Monday to Friday, if there were any other good films on. The grandmother used to come and collect us, or my father used to take the brother and I to the Lyceum. And again, if Mr. Bryce was on duty, he always used to say to my dad, "Right, come on Jimmy, in you come." And see whatever films is on. Sometimes Tarzan. I remember Tarzan, John Weismiller, and in the Lyceum. My father, he worked in the Fairfield shipyards, and he was laid off for about a month. He had no work, nothing. And again we went to the picture hall, and Mr. Bryson says, "And how are you getting on now, Jimmy?" He says, "Oh, am I idle?" I says, "We're paid off in Fairfield." He says, "No enough work." He says, "Right, and enjoy the film and see me after."
There was an attendant in there I always remember in the Lyceum, and I just forget his name, but he was right military bearing, and he had a wee pointed moustache, and he used to stand in the foyer and supervise people going in, and there was never any misbehaviour in there, in the Lyceum that I can remember. But I do remember the queues to get in, standing out along the Govan Road, and the buskers coming along singing or playing accordions, or even tap dancing in the street, entertaining the queue for a donation or a penny or whatever it was they gave them. That was quite common in that. When there was a picture on that attracted a lot of folk. It was a magic place when you think the houses we came from. When you went in there and there was carpets all over, well lit, photographs of film stars up on the wall, and it was always so clean. And what I do remember about it was the scent they used to spray Now, I don't know if it was an antifungus or something, but it used to be quite pleasant smell all over it. One of the most memorable picture I remember was called The Tunnel. And that was a tunnel getting built from Britain to America underneath the Atlantic. And I never ever heard anything further about it, but it was an excellent picture. And the effects were of their day were phenomenal. Seeing the flood coming in, the big gates getting shut on top of men getting squeezed with their big gates. I thought it was magic. And another excellent picture, maybe we should not forget, is a picture with Clark Gable called The China Seas. The China Seas, and on the boat, a steam roller is part of the cargo, breaks loose and between decks and is running along inside.
When I was possibly about 6 or 7, running from school one midweek up to McGrary's in Goldsby Street, getting a piece and a poke, running up to the picture hall, and then not being allowed in because I was 5 minutes late for kids being allowed in themselves, and the picture was Bambi. I remember sitting outside on the pavement having a wee cry at myself, and friends of mine came, told them what had happened, and they took me in, and no doubt I had a few words with the manager as well. I also remember how luxurious it was. The lovely fitted carpets, couches right along for about 50 yards, lovely lights, and just luxury to us at that time. I think out of the 4 picture halls in Govan, it was the most luxurious, and my father took us there on a Friday night. The other memory was that my father writing a letter to the manager when he put the prices up some ridiculous amount by 6pence, which is now 2.5p. But I suppose money was tight at that time, and you taking your brother and sister and him, you're talking about an extra 10 or 12p, which is half a crown, which is a lot of money. So really that is my short, sharp memories of the Lyceum, which is now unfortunately is lying in a sorry state. And I do hope something can be brought back into some semblance of a picture house.